Hello and welcome once again to Red Gaming Tech. My name is Marta. Today is the 30th of May and this time I'm bringing you something a little bit different as I want to give my opinions on the SOMA gameplay trailer which was revealed just yesterday actually. The first 12 minutes of the game by the look of things, or at least it's from the first hour of gameplay. I just wanted to discuss what I'm hoping for, what my opinions on the trailer and all that sort of thing. We used to do these sort of videos quite a bit back in the day, but kind of fallen out of habit. But with the new format, I thought, why not bring it back? Now, as you guys will probably know if you've been with us a while, I am a lover of horror games. Ever since I played Resident Evil 2 back in God knows when it was, I've been a fan of horror for years. And as you probably know, Amnesia: The Dark Descent is one of my favourite horror games of all time, and it still is. Machine for Pigs didn't quite live up to that legacy, unfortunately, but SOMA already is looking like a return to form. So, of course, the trailer will be playing in the video, but I won't use all of it naturally, and I will link it in the description below this video, and I suggest that you watch the trailer, either before or after this video, or during, if you want. But the main thing you want to focus on first is the sound design. I can show you the visuals in this video, but you're missing out on the sound if you don't watch it properly, so please do that. The sound design is absolutely on point. That's one of the great things about Amnesia: The Dark Descent, and of course their previous games, the Penumbras, and it's definitely present here in SOMA. Just got that sort of atmosphere of dread the instant you start on the trailer. This feeling of, oh god, something's very, very wrong here. There's just this air of animosity in the air, and very different, of course, to the way they did it with Amnesia. It's a similar style of, like, having lots of ambient sounds, a clicking and clacking of distant machinery, things like that. But of course the setting is very, very different from Amnesia. Lots of futuristic machinery and things like that all around the place, and even robots that you can speak to as well. And of course it's set underwater as well in a research facility, so you've kind of got a very different atmosphere to what we had in Amnesia, and that's very present just in the sound design. Sound design, judging from the trailer, is absolutely perfect, to be honest with you, and just gives you that feeling of dread almost instantly. Graphically, of course, it's kind of hard to tell from a trailer on YouTube, but it looks pretty damn nice. It is in fact using the HPL engine, but it's of course going to be the HPL Engine 3, which is a new version of their engine for SOMA. HPL Engine 2, which of course was what was used for the Dark Descent and Machine for Pigs. Of course, Machine for Pigs did look a little bit better than Dark Descent, but it was of course in the same engine, and now we're looking at an improved version of that engine. We've got global sunlight, in-engine terrain generation, filmic tone mapping, depth of field, and a few other bits as well present in the new version of the engine. So we're looking at similar graphics but heavily improved, and I have to say that was very much present in the trailer, and the look and feel of the place goes on hand in hand with the actual sound design and the level design, which kind of has that same maze-like feel that Amnesia had as well. Now, of course, a 10-minute trailer can't tell us about pacing or anything like that, because obviously they've tried to show us gameplay and have shown an encounter with a monster. You don't actually see the monster very clearly, which is classic frictional, and obviously they don't want to reveal their hand too early by showing it, face on in the trailer. But pacing is obviously something they need to get right, and I know they weren't actually the developers of A Machine for Pigs, but the pacing was completely off in that game, whereas of course it was pretty well done in The Dark Descent. Now, as I've said before, one thing I feel like they need to address for SOMA is the predictability of how the monsters appeared. Of course, in Amnesia: The Dark Descent, the second you did anything important, a monster would spawn and you'd have to run and hide, etc. And it kind of lost its luster after a little while, to be completely honest with you. So that's something they definitely need to address in SOMA. Of course, we're not going to know whether or not they've done that until the game is actually released. But judging from the monster and how they've done it, you don't even get this clear look at it. It's just this bundle of lights coming towards you as everything's so dark and dreary, and your only light sources are the panels and things that are around you. You just do not get a good look at it. So I think they're going back to how they did it with Amnesia in terms of the pacing. I just hope they address the predictability of the monster appearances. And the storyline, of course, given the sci-fi setting, is definitely going to be something very, very different as well. Whereas, of course, you're going to be encountering robots who can speak and things like that, and actually interacting with them, which is something we basically just did not see previously. You didn't really interact with anybody in the original Amnesia, and I don't think you did in Machine for Pigs. No, just in the flashbacks, but obviously that doesn't really count. But in this one, you're actually speaking with characters, perhaps helping them, perhaps not, depending if it would actually hinder your progress to help them. There's probably going to be some decisions to be made as well at points in the game, judging by a section which you have to shut down power to certain segments and things like that. So yeah, it's looking really, really promising as well, and I'm really looking forward to this. And to top it off, as well as this awesome trailer, we have a release date as well. It's going to be released on September the 22nd, and of course, as I said, it's going to be on the PC and PlayStation 4. So overall thoughts on the gameplay trailer? Looking really, really promising, looking like a fantastic return to form for frictional games, with of course lots of improvements to be expected as well. Cannot wait to get my mitts on this, and I'm going to try and see if I can get an interview with Frictional. If not, I'll at least try and get my mitts on a copy of the game, so of course I can do a review and probably a full playthrough as well. This is looking absolutely fantastic, and judging by the trailer, they have very much not only stuck with what they know, they have upped their game, of course. It's hard to tell from just a trailer, but that's just the impression I got. I was very impressed, and I cannot wait for SOMA to be released. Anyway guys, that's me done for this video, and I'll see you next time.